Hey guys, so obviously, the title, yeah. I didn't like this new Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad. And the thing about it is that I'm not even saying this to piss anyone off or try to get attention from this. I'm sitting here making this video, because this is probably some of the only times that I've genuinely disliked something when everybody else loves it, So, but I'm not trying to be a hater or anything. I'm just trying to explain my point of view and why I didn't enjoy the movie at all, This was probably one of the because usually, dude, here, I'll just explain. All right, so my story leading up to watching this movie was basically I saw the trailers when it was announced or whatever. I personally thought it was stupid that they were making a new Suicide Squad movie because I thought Suicide Squad as a franchise was basically just damaged beyond repair at this point, The old movie speaks for itself, and I thought the idea of remastering it, this time with pretty much the same character type, slots, I want to say. Character, I don't even know how to explain it, but just different characters, you had King Shark instead of Killer Croc, but I don't know, I preferred Killer Croc, but no, it's just stuff I was thinking, I wasn't really thinking deep into it because I wasn't even planning on watching the movie, I had no interest in watching this movie. So, it wasn't until the movie came out that I didn't care, but then I saw reviews of it, and Jesus Christ, dude. So, seriously, everybody was giving it positive scores, everybody. I'm talking everybody. So, I would say Cosmonaut Variety Hour and Shafrila's Productions, they're probably my most respected reviewers. I would say Shafrila's a lot more than Cosmonaut. Shafrila's Productions, dude. This guy, he just understands movies, and he's definitely some of the reasons that I've got to my understanding of stories that I have now, if the needle drop is to music, then Shafrila's Productions is to movies, definitely. So, so this guy, dude, I thought I understood what he responded to, and I thought I understood what type of stories he was into. So him giving it a 9 out of 10, dude, that was probably the reason I was planning on watching this movie, Cosmonaut Variety Hour, Moist Critical, all these guys giving this 9s out of 10s. I think the 9 out of 10 that really made me want to watch this was Shafrila's Productions, because a Shafrila's Productions 9 out of 10 is a massive deal to me, I love a good movie, right? I'm not just watching movies just because people say they're good. If somebody says a movie is good and I actually trust them and value their opinion, I like a good movie, I like good stories, and I would rather watch the movie than never watch it at all, So dude, Shafrila's Productions, he gives Soul and Coco, those are two good movies, he gave those an 8 out of 10. So imagine what a 9 out of 10 would be to me, So yeah, I chose to set aside a day to watch it, and I watched it, but so before I get into the stuff, I just want to tell you guys my state of mind. So obviously what I look for in a story is super good characters, in depth, all fleshed out, an inspired story which really complements those characters. I like logic in the plot, also in the emotions, logic in the emotions, characters have to stay in character, if that makes any sense. I like a good plot structure, pacing, very important. I just like these good stories. It's I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, stories that are good stories. This is why I have some of my favorite movies. And that's the type of story I thought that Shafrilis responded to, like, too, you know? He also finds, like, super interesting characters, like, awesome, too. And, you know, this is what I thought to be, like, why people like this movie, you know? So I was going in here, like, on my couch, expecting to, like, see super fleshed out characters, you know, an inspired story, like, a point to the Suicide Squad, you know? You know, I was just ready for it, you know? So, obviously, so I turned on the TV, right? And then, it shows, like, a guy, like, throwing a ball, right? He kills the bird that, like, lands right next to him. He's in a prison cell, by the way, I should explain that. And then, like, already, like, the girl just gets him and he's like, okay, the Suicide Squad. Boom. Like, no time to set up the idea of a new Suicide Squad at all. That was that's like a sudden start to the movie, and like I expected like a little bit more build up, but you know what, dude, it was fine, you know. And then all of a sudden, like, the jokes start coming in, you know, with like the Suicide Squad that we're introduced to, that are about to go on this mission already. They all get on the plane. Harley Quinn comes in, super annoying. I'm like, wow, this is kind of weird, but you know, I'm still watching the movie because these guys gave it such high scores, you know. I'm waiting for that like moment of just like super good like plot, super good character, you know, everything, you know. So they all go on the ship, they all go to this island, and then they all die, you know. I mean, that's fine. I mean, so I can't get too ahead of myself. So yeah, basically this movie was like super unenjoyable for me because I was literally watching a movie and expecting another movie, if that makes any sense. Like, all the reviewers that gave it 9s out of 10s, I thought that meant this story was going to be super fleshed out, super good, you know? And that movie was not it, you know? This movie was not super fleshed out with super good characters, you know? So I was just watching the movie, waiting for that moment, and it was, the more time that went on watching the movie, the more frustrated I got, you know? There were so many times that I just wanted to turn it off, but the fact that they gave it a 9 out of 10, it just kept me going, you know? So, like, dude, the more I watched this movie, bro, the more, like, I went, like, I don't want to say insane, but, like, my mind was going crazy places, dude. Like, at one point, I was literally convinced that these reviewers were literally pranking, and that they were going to be like, guys, just kidding. This movie's not a 9 out of 10. This is a 4 out of 10. Because, like, dude, I checked the scores, but I didn't want to get spoiled, so I didn't actually watch the reviews. I just checked the scores. But, like, yeah, dude, I was literally, like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe that these guys actually gave this movie a 9 out of 10, because I was just, like, not enjoying it, you know? To me, it was like a bad movie, you know? Like, there was nothing that, like, the characters weren't fleshed out, you know? The plot was pretty aimless for most of the time, to me at least. Like, dude, like, I don't know, bro, it just wasn't. And then the movie ends, you know, and I'm just like sitting there like, what? I just like took a long time to process, and then I remembered, oh yeah, the reviews. So I checked the reviews, right? And yeah, they weren't joking. Obviously they weren't joking, you know. So I was like obviously in disbelief too, but I went back, you know, I calmed down, you know, I calmed my mind down, and I just watched and see what they said, you know. Obviously this movie is not what I wanted it to be. And before I get into like the points of, like, before I start like talking about their points, I want to say this isn't really constructive criticism, you know. Like, I obviously didn't like the movie, and that's my opinion, you know, but I'm not like trying to improve the movie with my criticism, because obviously if the director would like follow my word, obviously people wouldn't have liked it, you know, because obviously what the director did is what worked, and now everybody loves the movie, you know, and that's cool. All right, I like that. I would rather everybody like the movie and me not like the movie than me like the movie and then everybody else not like the movie, you know. So this isn't, I don't want to say constructive criticism. Like, at a certain point it is kind of, but obviously I don't know how to like I don't know like how to um like operate with this type of movie, so basically the first thing that the reviewer said about the movie on why they liked it is that it was fun, it was a fun movie, and that ultimately like came down to like the jokes, and the gore, so the first thing is the jokes. To me, dude, these jokes were not landing, and I'm not trying to be a pompous, obviously. I mean, not everybody has the same sense of humor, right? So I'm not being like, no, dude, that was cringe. You're not funny. Shut up, kid. No. Comedy is subjective, right? What I laugh to, you might cringe at. What I cringe to, you might laugh at. All right, it's fine. All right, but to me, dude, I just didn't like the jokes. It was kind of weird too, because this movie also like had a very like kid theme, but it was like super bloody and people were cursing left and right. Like, I remember, dude, because these characters, obviously, I think they could have been fleshed out a lot more, because I don't know, dude, these characters were pretty weak, to me at least. Like King Shark, on one hand, like King Shark, dude, in specific, dude, like, I don't know, his character, like, everybody loves him for being like wholesome, but I don't know, dude, it just didn't land for me, for me, like, dude, King Shark, like, I've already seen this type of character like 50 times throughout watching movies. He's just the dumb one who learns basic emotions, and then that's wholesome apparently. I don't know. I didn't like these characters. There were some like pretty interesting like standouts. Like, what the hell is that guy's name? Polka Dot Man, I think. Yeah, that's a cool character. Cool, but like, his backstory being just he hates his mother. I mean, it's not really that interesting for that to be his motivation, and then with Rat Girl, she's sad about his dad dying. I mean, yeah, cool. But I don't know, dude. I just don't think these characters are as fleshed out as they can be, because most of these characters either have their motivation being some weird ideological thing that they just kind of have, and that's their motivation. I like John Cena. He just wants peace and his way of doing peace, and that's basically his entire motivation. I just don't find these characters interesting, and on top of that, me not enjoying the jokes of the movie, I didn't find this movie very funny, and that's part of the reason why I didn't enjoy it, and then gore, to me, this type of gore, like, yeah, this gore was a little bit over the top, but like, I think I like that, I think that's how it should be, I'm kind of like tired of these Marvel movies just like shooting people and then they just fall over, maybe have a red stain on their shirt. But no, this guy, like, you get shot in the head, you're gonna have a hole in your head, that's how it is. You get your head chopped off, your head is gonna be chopped off, your head explodes, and stuff like that. I think this might have been a little bit more over the top, but this is what I enjoyed, I like this, like the Snyder Cut, for example. I like that, I like how they handled the gore in that movie. I think that's probably a little less than what it should be, but this DC and these new movies that are coming out, the gore is fine, it doesn't really contribute to how much I like the movie, though. I didn't really like start laughing or start like being super disgusted when somebody got eaten, it's fine. All right, that's how it should be. So, dumb fun, or the movie being fun, I didn't find it to be too fun, and yeah, part of the reason is because I was looking for something that wasn't going to be there. But even if I was expecting it to be funny, I still didn't find it funny, and the other reason they said they liked is because of how like wholesome the characters were, which to me, I mean, I still think the characters were pretty weak, to be honest. I didn't find anything interesting about them. I think the most interesting character was definitely Harley Quinn, there was that scene where she's like with the guy, and then like they're like romance, whatever, and then the guy says something bad, and then she shoots him, I thought that was pretty interesting, because obviously I do remember the old Suicide Squad movie with the Joker, and I mean, yeah, I think Harley could have like relationship problems, which obviously she's crazy, so she's gonna take it to the extreme by shooting the guy. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. And I mean, I think in those moments of Harley Quinn doing that, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But I mean, that's about it. Usually when she talks, I just want her to stop talking, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah. And then I mean, the other characters, I already kind of explained this, but I don't know. I think the Rat Girl, the Polka Dot Man, I mean, these characters do have potential to me, but I mean, I don't think they were fleshed out as much as they needed to be, you know? Maybe like, I don't know, start the movie with something about the Rat Girl, you know? Because this, I mean, they kind of just like have them in the movie and then all of a sudden it pauses to kind of explain their backstory and then it just resumes. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, again, I mean, all these characters are kind of generic. I'm not going to lie. Like the Rat Girl, like weird, super nice girl for no reason. Like, dude, like kind of like the girl from Spider-Verse, you know, the anime girl, whatever. But you know, it's kind of like these characters didn't really strike out to me as unique. Some of them were pretty bland, like the army guy. I can't even remember his name, but all I know is he was the army guy. And then the two Deadshots. I mean, they had a cool rivalry, I guess, but I mean, yeah, that's about it that I can say. I mean, and then the reason the characters were important is because the movie established that characters can die very early in the movie. So, people said that it's kind of it's really engaging because you don't know when everybody's gonna die. But to me, I mean, dude, they had Captain Boomerang die. And my reaction to that is, you know, I don't like, dude. I mean, yeah, wasting comic book villains is kind of weird, but like on the other hand, it's just like it doesn't matter, right? I mean, yeah, kill Captain Boomerang. I don't really care, you know. Ever since they showed that bird dying, I knew it was gonna be that type of movie, so I wasn't really surprised when any of the characters died, you know. I don't know, dude. I mean, if these characters were more fleshed out, then maybe I would have cared. But, you know, I didn't really care about any of the characters dying, you know. I wasn't, like, if a character died, then I would be like, oh, dang, cool. But if they didn't die, then, like, if it was an action scene and there was the possibility of dying, I wasn't really expecting it, but I wouldn't really care that much. But, yeah, so I didn't really feel the stakes at all because of that, and now that's ruined for me because I already watched the movie and I can't really rewatch it and not know who's gonna die. So, yeah, that's pretty much wasted. But so another thing that I wanted to touch on is the action scenes. I mean, none of these action scenes really stood out to me as interesting, you know. I mean, the gore, yeah, it's there, but it doesn't really make the action scene for me. None of it was really that well done in my opinion. These fight scenes weren't that cool. And yeah, I mean, that's another reason why they said it was like a fun movie, but I didn't really like the action scenes that much. I actually like in that stage now where action scenes don't really make me like the movie anymore. That just shows that I'm growing up, but yeah. But yeah, that's basically what the reviewer said. And that's why I didn't like the movie, you know, like, yeah, maybe if I watched it again, I would enjoy it a little bit more, but I still don't like the movie for what it is, and I can't really tell it to change it, because this is why I didn't like the movie, right? Get it correct, right? I'm not criticizing the movie, I mean, because I'm only half criticizing it. I do think if the characters were more fleshed out, it could have been an even more fun movie, but yeah, I mean, this almost felt like James Gunn doing like a test, you know? Like, bloody, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, also the pacing of the movie, that could have been a lot better. But yeah, man, that's basically what I have to say about the Suicide Squad. I genuinely didn't enjoy this movie. People give it a 9 out of 10. If I were to rate this movie, I would probably give it like a 3 or 4 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. Like, don't even take that score. Like, I don't actually like, I haven't thought about it like that to give it a score, but I mean, it would be more towards the lower end for me. But yeah, I'm not hating on the movie, right? Obviously, it's awesome that everybody likes this movie, and I'm proud of my man James Gunn for making another movie that's beloved. But yeah, man, I'm gonna stick with my Guardians of the Galaxy when it comes to James Gunn. So yeah, all the channels that I mentioned, like Shafrila's, Cosmonaut, and I think I mentioned Moist Critical on accident, but yeah, I'll put them in the description. And yeah, man. Thank you guys for watching. Stay humble.